Hello friends, welcome to the Windmill, and welcome to another episode of Uniquely Generic. If you don't know how the show works, I suggest you watch the previous episodes, and I appreciate you doing so. We're gonna get right into the business here. Now today, I'm not doing N64 games again. Instead, today we'll be moving forward a generation, and taking a look at 5 random GameCube games. The first of which is Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door. This is one of my favorite games on the system, and I wasn't really expecting to pull it. And now that I deeply regret to say that this title's a little bit of a mouthful. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door does not roll off the tongue very easily. They just put Paper Mario and The Thousand Year Door. That sounds just a little bit better. It's got a little bit more rhythm to it. I don't know. I feel like just adding a few words, or I don't know. I do love this game to death, though. I miss the old school Paper Mario games. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't really like Origami King as a Paper Mario game. It was a cool, fun sort of variation puzzle game, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. I'll just be honest there. Might talk about that game more later. Maybe I'll even do a playthrough of it. I don't know. I'm getting off track. So the final verdict on Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is unique, but a bit of a mouthful. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but I still like it. It sort of reminds me of a Zelda game subtitle. Anyway, I think I've jabbered about that game long enough. Let's move on to the next one. And game number 2 is Sonic Heroes. Now, right off the bat, I wasn't expecting to see the blue blur again so soon. I should have expected it, though. That hedgehog gets around in more ways than one. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the title, which Sonic Heroes, pretty good, slick title. Nice and smooth, 2 words, rolls off the tongue really well. It's pretty unique also. I can't really think of a better name for it. So we're just gonna call this one good and move on. I'm not really sure what to do in these situations. Suppose I could throw in a few comments about the game itself. I had fun with it, but it was a little bit disappointing. I enjoyed most of the other Sonic games that had come out up to that point. This one just had a completely different feel to it. But I don't want to jabber about the game for too long. So let's blow this taco stand and move on to game number 3. Okay, so you know how I just made that joke about Sonic getting around? Well, game number 3 just so happens to be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now, Sonic Adventure 2 is a fine title. It's generic, but it's good. When they added Battle to the GameCube version, it kinda got a little too long-winded, doesn't really roll off the tongue. Unfortunately, I can't think of a better name for it, so the conclusion ultimately is Sonic Adventure 2, generic but good. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is just bad. So we're gonna move on to the next game. For the sake of the video, I hope it's not another Sonic game, but here goes. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Shadow the No, I'm just kidding. Game number 4 today is a game called Geist. Now this is a very interesting and unique game with a very interesting and unique name. It's another game that I'd like to see a remake of. But anyway, the title is very unique, it's very short, and it pretty much gives you a good idea what the game's going to be about, which is true. You play as a sort of poltergeist throughout the game. You're able to possess objects in the environment in order to scare people who you can then possess. At that point, the game plays like a first-person shooter for the action sequences. Now, to be honest, the first-person shooter mechanics aren't all that great, but the puzzle solving in the game is fun. And like I said, I really think this game deserves a remake. As for the conclusion, like I said, it's unique and it's good, so we're gonna move on. And the final game for today is Super Mario Sunshine. Woohoo. Now, to be honest, that's a pretty good title, actually. Like, it rolls off the tongue really well, it sounds nice, it's kind of fun to say, and it's not long-winded. Overall, I'd call this one good and unique. I have always found the cover art to be a little strange, though, because when you look at Mario, he almost looks pissed. But this whole game is bright and happy, and the cover art is mostly bright and happy, but Mario just looks fucking pissed. But on that note, I think this video's finished. I know it's a short one, but most of the games that I pulled today had decent titles, so I didn't really have much to say. But with that out of the way, thank you everybody so much for watching. As always, take it easy, and I will see you next time.